Right. Okay, now I will explain the scarcity and basic economic questions, opportunity cost, and other things by using a simple production possibility curve. We call it PPC curve. Okay, right. Before identify this concept by using this PPC curve, I'm going to develop the production possibility curve. Okay. We are going to identify the basic concept related to the PPC curve. You maybe have with a good identification with that assumptions before the production possibility curve. Okay. This PPC curve always represent the production ability of any kind of economy or one firm or one industry. Okay. First of all, we are going to assume that in this particular organization, a firm or country only produce two commodities. Only produce two commodity. It must be A or B, X or Y, anything. If you are going to represent that production possibility for one country or one economy, then these two goods must be goods and services. Okay, these goods and services can be identified as a consumption commodity or investment commodity or capital commodity. Okay, first one is consumption commodity, second one is capital commodity. Consumption commodity and capital commodity. Sometimes some PPC curve represent the economy by using this is agriculture production and this is service production or industrial production or anything. Just two commodity. Okay. And then you got only limited supply of resources. Limited supply of resources mean you got limited production factors to produce goods and services. Okay. In third one, we are going to use that production possibility to represent only one particular time. This time period is very short. So then now you can identify the time period which is related to the production possibility can be changed. Okay, can be changed because in here we are going to only represent the with certain point of product. Limited time period must be right. So then as example, I am giving some information related to the production process. Okay. You are going to produce only two commodities. Those are namely known as breads and bun. Now we can take simple production because it is very useful to understand the theory. So then we need bread and cake. It is very easy. Bread and cake. Okay. Just consider this is cake. If you are going to produce one cake, you need 1 kilo of flour. Okay. If you are going to produce bread, you need 500 grams of flour. Okay. So then you got only limited supply of the flour. That is 50 kilo of flour for 1 day. Now you can build up the production possibility of this particular organization. Okay. Just take the horizontal axis to represent the cake. Okay. This horizontal axis represents the cake. So if just assume that you are going to produce only cake. Okay, then you can produce 50 of cake because you got 50 kilograms of flour. Then 1 kilogram is enough to produce one cake. Then you can produce 50 of cake. So then assume next one it is vertical axis is represent breads, production of the breads. If you are going to produce only breads, you can produce 100 of breads because you need only 500 grams. By using 1 kilo, you can produce 2 breads. So this is the maximum ability. This is the maximum ability. If we are going to combine these two, sorry, this is the 50. Okay, if you are going to combine these two, this is the production possibility. We call that area acceptable region. Why? Behind that PPC means production possibility curve. Behind that production possibility, you can produce any amount or any point. On the line, this is the maximum point. This is the maximum point. But in this area, you cannot produce goods and services. Why? Because you don't have enough resources or enough production factors to produce that production combination behind the production line. We don't have enough resources. So that's the meaning. So another assumption is there, the technology. The technology which is used to produce goods and services, it is fixed. It is fixed during the concerned time period. Basically, in practical manner, we can identify the technology can be changed within short time period. Because technology is not a fixed factor in practical manner. It can be changed 1 month to another month, one production institute to another institute or anything. Yes, it can be changed. But in here, in this certain time period, concerning time period, technology cannot be changed. That is why we call it is fixed. If that technology change, what will happen? Production can be changed. Okay, so just consider, because of the production, we can increase the productivity of the any kind of organization. Okay, if you are using latest technology for the production purposes, your production ability can be increased within same input. We know that the productivity is the combination of all practical mathematical equation is output divided by the input. That's a equation we can calculate the productivity. Okay, that means productivity equal output divided by input. Productivity equal output divided by input. This output means the final production, it must be commodities. Commodity means goods or services. Okay. Input means the production factors or production resources which we are going to use to production purpose. Production factors. Factor of production. Okay, as an example, you are using 10 production input to produce 20 output. So now you can identify if you are using only one input, you can produce 2 commodities. This 2 commodity is the productivity level. Okay, and then just consider, if you are going to use latest technology for the production purposes, keeping same amount of the input, you can increase the output. This is the meaning of increasement of the productivity. Okay. This is the meaning of increasing in the productivity. So now you can identify, if technology change, productivity can be changed. If we consider in this theory technology as a variable factor or volatile factor, we cannot draw something like that PPC curve because it can be changed. If we are going to assume that this technology as a fixed factor, so now you can draw the PPC line. Okay, that is why we are going to use this assumption, technology as a fixed factor. But in practical manner, you know that technology is not going to be fixed factor. Did you get the idea? Right. So then this is the amount which we can produce, maximum combination of bread and cakes. Okay. So just consider you are going to produce only, the production point is A. In here, you are going to produce only 40 of cake. Okay. I will draw the concept. This is the point. We call it A. In here, you are going to produce only 40 of cake, and another production is bread. You are going to produce only how much bread? If you are going to produce 40 of cake, you have to use 40 kilo of out of 50 kilo for the purpose of cake production. Now you got only 10 kilos for the purpose of bread production. Okay, now you can produce 20 breads. Did you get the idea? Right. And then the production is going to change. Okay, production is going to change. Now we are going to increase the production of cake from 40 to 45. Okay, we call it point B. This is the point B. Point B, this one. This is 20. We call it 45. Literally, you can identify you have to reduce the production of bread. Okay, if you are going to produce 45 of cake, you got only 5 kilo of flour to produce bread. You can produce only 10 commodities from the bread. So now you can identify, if you are going to increase the production of one commodity, you have to sacrifice the production of another commodity. So this is the concept of opportunity cost. This is the concept of opportunity cost. You can represent by using production possibility curve, right? We call it earlier, but we studied that concept of opportunity cost earlier. Okay, but it is very easy to represent or clarify that that concept by using PPC curve, right? If you are going to increase the production of cake, you have to sacrifice the production of bread. Okay. On the other hand, it is similar to the breads also. If you are going to increase the production of bread, you have to sacrifice the production of, yes. It also can be identified in here. Just consider, this is the production, first production. You are going to produce 10 of breads and 45 of cakes. Now you are looking to increase the production of bread to 20, from 10 to 20. So now you have to sacrifice the production of cake, 45 to 40. Okay, 5 cake sacrifice to produce 10 breads. That's the opportunity cost. Because this person, I mean this particular industry, particular firm, there is no any other opportunities. They got only 2 types of opportunities: is produce cake or breads. So now you can identify the best sacrificing amount, the best foregone value to any kind of production. That's the meaning of opportunity cost. Okay, the best foregone value, the sacrificing amount for the production, sacrificing amount for the consumption, sacrificing amount for the investment, each and everything can be identified as opportunity cost. So then if you are going to calculate that one, increasing cake production from 40 to 45, opportunity cost is 10 breads. The opportunity cost is 10 bread. Actually, this opportunity cost must be a valuable one. If there is non-valuable things, we are not going to consider that as an opportunity cost. So just consider in this particular time period, you try to identify the concept of economy. It is valuable to you. Okay, we know that we don't have any idea the benefit will come to you in short time or long time. We don't have any idea about that one. But you can use that knowledge into your Excel or understand other concept of the economics. Yes, shorter or later, you can use that knowledge. There's no doubt about that one. So then, if you consider in this time period, you are sacrificing thing is sleeping in this time period. Okay. In economics, we are not going to recognize that kind of event as economic valuable things. So then now you don't have any kind of opportunity cost. Okay, this is the things you have to identify. Now you can identify. So not each and every time you have to face opportunity cost or sacrifice. There are 3 types of occasions. It is very important. There are 3 types of occasion you can identify there is no opportunity cost. We call it zero opportunity cost. Zero opportunity cost. Let's discuss what are the opportunity costs you have to face and what are the zero opportunity costs. First one is zero opportunity cost. In this position, in this occasion, opportunity cost becomes zero. There's no value. Okay. First one is free good. If you are going to consume free goods, you are going to consume free goods, there's no opportunity cost. Just consider some commodity you can consume without paying. Okay, do not consider about your private commodities, private goods with you in your home. Each and everything you paid, isn't it? Yes. Some commodities you can take without pay, no pay. Okay, just consider about natural things, natural services. As an example, sunlight. Without paying, you can consume that. Sunlight, I mean, there's no any meaning that you are going to consume sunlight. By using sunlight, you are going to take some utilizations. Okay, just consider you are going to make try something, try some foods on your homes by considering consuming the sunlight. You can do it. අපිට මේ මොන හරි රෙදි ටිකක් වේල ගන්න එක ආහාර ටිකක් වේ මොන එක එක තියෙනනේ අවුවේ තියලා තියන්න ඕනේ දේම. This is the utilization. So then you are not going to pay for that one. So then there is no sacrifice. There's no sacrifice. So then opportunity cost becomes 0. Okay, I will explain that by using simple example. So just consider about your laptop. Okay, you buy it already, bought it. Okay, so then just consider the value of this laptop is 1,20,000, this amount. Okay, so then already you buy and you sacrifice some consumptions and your choice and your preference and anything to buy this particular laptop. So then now you can, as an example, you try to finance a scooter. So then the usage of a scooter has been sacrificed to purchase the laptop. So this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity you can identify. Opportunity cost become plus values. But in here, there is no any sacrifice. So then opportunity cost become 0 value. It is special occasions. Okay. I will go to the second option where opportunity cost becomes 0. Okay. And the second one is one alternative. Only one alternative is there. There's no alternative. It's only one alternative. So just consider about, I will describe this by using about myself. Okay. So then I got some educated from these national universities. So then I'm doing a teaching job. This is only one thing I can do. Let's assume only one thing I can do, it is teaching, economics teaching. So then there is no any other options. There is no alternative. If there is no alternative, there is no sacrifice. If there is no sacrificing, there is no opportunity cost. So this is the second option which you can identify. Opportunity cost becomes 0. Right? It is 0 now. Nothing to hesitate. So then there is no other options. I have to do this job, this particular job. Then there is no other option. So opportunity cost become 0. How? There's only one alternative is there. Only one alternative. Right? Only one alternative. අපිට දෙන්නේ එකයි කරන්න. මේක ඇර වෙන මොනවා හරි කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා ඇහුවොත් මට තියෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක. නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ මගේ sacrifice එකක් නැහැ කියන එකට. එතකොට sacrifice එකක් නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ opportunity cost නැහැ කියන එකට. Right. Okay. Third one. There's no alternative. There's no opportunity. No opportunity. Even there is no one opportunity also. So this, I got educated from the university, but there is no job opportunity. That means I am in unemployment situation. Unemployed. So nothing to compare. Nothing to sacrifice. So then there is no opportunity cost. So just consider about previous example which you used flour to produce cake and breads. Just consider today we didn't produce anything. So then there is no employment of the production factors. Then there's no sacrifice. Yes. If you have produced something, there must be a sacrifice. If you are not going to produce anything, so nothing to compare. Okay. So just consider in Sri Lanka, some economic factors are not going to utilize for the product purpose of the production. Yes. You can identify some natural resources are there, but we are not going to consume that one to produce the purpose of production of goods and services. So then there is no opportunity cost. That is why we are not going to develop this country, because unemployment is there already. Not only about the peoples, but also about the production factors. We are not going to use those words. That is why we are suffering from the economic problems. Right. You got the idea how opportunity cost becomes zero. Okay. Always we are going to consider about the opportunity cost with the plus value. That is how it is very important. If you are not going to consider about the plus value of the opportunity cost, your decision will not be perfect decisions. That is why we have to consider about. So just consider about yourself. You take the decision earlier related to the A-level exam, isn't it? Which stream I am going to face to the A-level exam? Whether it is art or commerce, science, technology, or mathematics or anything. If you choose one stream, you have to sacrifice other streams. Okay, you just consider you selected commerce stream, and you sacrifice that art stream, mathematics, and science. Okay, so then first one is you select the commerce stream. For that purpose, for that decision, you sacrifice art, science, maths, and tech. Okay, so we call all of these four as alternatives. Vikalpa, alternatives. But in your mind, you say that art is very good. Your mind say that art is the best one among the alternatives. Okay, your mind say that you already take the decision to face the exam by using this commerce history. But your mind say that comparing to the other alternatives, art is very easy or good or something like that. Your preference is going to be that one. I can do art because my mind and other things are related to that subject. So then this is the best opportunity. We call this best alternative. This is the best alternative. Now, this best alternative become the opportunity cost. We are not going to consider about those three alternatives. We call it alternatives. This is the best alternative. Best alternative become opportunity cost. It is not only about the doing A-level for the art stream. After doing that art stream for the A-level exam, you can take some benefit, finding jobs or other things. So then this benefit is the real opportunity cost. Not only about the doing art stream. මොකක් හරි දෙයක් අපි කැප කිරීමක් කියලා කියන්නේ ඒ කැප කරපු සිද්ධිය නෙමෙයි. ඒ කැප කරපු සිද්ධියෙන් අපිට ගන්න තිබ්බ ප්‍රයෝජන ටික. ඒක තමයි opportunity cost. ඇත්තම opportunity cost එක කියන්නේ ඒකට. දාර කලින් අපි කිව්වේ කේක් හදන එක වැඩි කරනකොට පාන් හදන එක අඩු කරනවා කියලා කිව්වනේ. එතකොට ඇත්තටම පාන් හදන සංඛ්‍යාව අඩු වෙච්ච එක නෙමෙයි opportunity cost කියලා කියන්නේ. අර කේක් හදන එක වැඩි කරන්න පාන් හදන එක අඩු කරා. පාන් හදන එක අඩු කරපු එකෙන් අපිට ආදායමක් නැති වෙලා යනවා. අපි ආදායමක් ගිලිහිලා යනවා. ඒ ගිලිහෙච්ච ආදායම තමයි opportunity cost කියලා කියන්නේ. නැතුව මේ අඩු කරපු පාන් ගන්න නෙමෙයි. හරිද? ඒකෙන් එන්න අපිට එන්න තිබ්බ benefit එක. දැන් සමහරට ඒ benefit එක කේක් හදලා අපි ගන්න බෙනිෆිට් එකට වඩා අඩු වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක හරි. කේක් 10ක් හදපින්ද අපේ ආදායම 10000කින් වැඩි වුණා. පාන් 20ක් කැප කරපින්ද අපේ ආදායම 5000කින් අඩු වුණා. එහෙම නෙවෙන්නේ. හැබැයි 10000ක් වැඩි කරගෙන දිනවා 5000ක් අඩු කරගෙන. ඒතර ඇත්තටම අපි හොයලා තියෙන්නේ අරකින් අඩු කරපු ගාන විතරයි. එහෙනම් අර 5000 opportunity cost එක කියලා කියන්නේ ওই 5000ට මිසක් අඩු කරපු පාන් සංඛ්‍යාවට නෙමෙයි. Then you have to identify that one. It's one of the major concept in the economics. The benefit of opportunity, that's the meaning of opportunity cost. Because we are going to sacrifice that benefit to produce another things. We are going to sacrifice the benefits of artist stream to conduct the A-level exam or A-level exam stream by commerce stream. That's the meaning of opportunity cost. I mean, now you can get the real identification of related to the opportunity cost. Okay, opportunity cost is best foregone value of any economic activity. It must be related to the production, consumption, investment, or any kind of things. But sometimes, especially in 3 occasions, you can identify opportunity cost become 0. If you're going to use free commodities, free factors, so then opportunity cost becomes 0. If I'm using something, only one alternative, so then there's nothing to compare. Again, opportunity cost becomes 0. And third one is, there's no alternative, there's no options, there's no usage. So then at that time period also, opportunity cost become 0. So those are the 3 basic things. This is very important. Sometimes you can identify by considering these past papers, many past papers asking about that concept, 0 opportunity cost. Not only about the opportunity cost, they're asking about 0 opportunity cost. Then you must be good identification related to that one. Okay, right. Now you identify that one. Then how we can identify different type of concept by using PPC curve. It's also very important. Okay, I will describe different type of concept by using this opportunity cost. Okay, let me draw the PPC curve. Okay, just consider this horizontal axis represent that production of Y commodity. Okay, production of Y commodity. This vertical axis represent the production of X commodity, and this is the production possibility curve, which represent the maximum production combination both of X and Y commodity. This is PPC. Okay, right. This is 100 commodity. This is 200 commodities. Do not worry about the numbers. Okay, right. Just consider you are going to represent the scarcity, the basic concept of this subject, scarcity, by using this production possibility curve. So just consider as a country, this is represent country. These people consume only X commodity and Y commodity. Okay, but the unlimited wants is there. I mean, they're expecting something like this combination. As example, in here and here also. Unfortunately, we cannot produce that one. Why? Our resources are limited. We don't have enough resources to produce that production point, I mean a production point. So this is the unlimited wants. This represents limited resources, because we draw the line by using limited resources. The gap between limited resources and unlimited human wants, that's the meaning of scarcity. So now you can represent that one by using PPC curve. What is the concept of scarcity? the difference between unlimited human resources and limited resources. Because of these limited resources, they cannot produce unlimited, they cannot satisfy the unlimited human force. So then scarcity can be pointed out above the PPC curve. You have to describe that one. That is enough. Okay, sometime in this paper, they are asking just describe the following situation or following events by using PPC curve. So just draw the line, point out that one, and describe with few words. That is enough. That's the theory you have to do. Okay, now you got only one concept to describe. And next one is opportunity cost. Already we discussed that. Consider this is the point A and this is the point B. Now producer try to change the production from A to B. That means is going to increase the production of Y commodity from 100 to 150. Is going to sacrifice the amount of production of X commodity, just 80 to 60. So then the production can be increased from the side of Y commodity 100 to 150. But the sacrificing amount 80 to 60. So then now you can identify 20 is the opportunity cost. Sacrificing amount. Because this producer changed the production point. Right? You can represent the opportunity cost by using this PPC curve. It is very easy to. And just consider where the point is behind the line. As example, this is the point C. In here, is going to produce only 50 of Y and 40 of X commodity. So this will represent the inefficiency of the production. Inefficiency. Why? Because they can produce this amount. This is the maximum possible output. But their production is very low comparing to the maximum. That represent the inefficiency level. Then උපරිමයේ මෙතනට එනකන් හදන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ඒ උපරිමයේ නෙමෙයි හදන්න ඊට වඩා අඩු ගන්න. දැන් දවසට 100ක් හදන්න පුළුවන් කම්පැනි එකක් 20ක් හදන්න. ඒකට අපි කියන්නේ inefficiency කියලා. ඒක තමයි උතනයි තියෙන්නේ. හරිද? මේක තමයි inefficiency කියලා අපි ඔය කියන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් අපේ රටේ තියෙන රාජ්‍යාංශයේ possibility උඩ තියෙනවා actual situation පහළ තියෙනවා. ඒක තමයි ඔය පෙන්නන්නේ. If they are asking represent the production of service, goods and services of the government institute or government organization, this is the way you can use. Because we know already that they are producing goods and services in inefficiency manner. There's no productivity. Okay, they cannot achieve the ultimate goal of any kind of organization. They're suffering from this many problems. If asked what are the reasons behind that kind of inefficiency, there must be some different type of issues of the organization. As an example, just consider they are using old technology to the production process. The management decisions are not enough to produce goods and service, so it's not suitable decision. There's not suitable decision taken by the government, and already they got some different types of problems related to the organizing the entire production process. And some workers who are working in these organizations are not suitable. Their effort Mentally and physical effort not enough to produce goods and services. The behavior of the workers is not suitable for the entire production process. The political intervention to the entire production process create inefficiency in the organizations. Yes, it can be happen. Okay, so there may be some different type of issues. That is why they unable to produce maximum production in the production. We call it inefficiency. Okay, those are the things which you can identify. So just consider how we can develop. That's the main problem in this society also. Okay, we recognize as a third world country, unfortunately. Okay, the developed country people recognize Sri Lanka as a third world country. It is sad to hear, but the reality is also there. This is the PPC. Okay, our production is not enough to cover the basic needs. That is why we are suffering. Okay, so then this is the amount. So what are the reasons behind the economic development? Only two factors is there. If we can increase the production resources, we call it production factors, namely known as land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. If we can increase the production factors, we can increase the production amount. Okay. And the second one is increase the productivity. I mean, the ratio between input and output. We call it P. If we can increase the productivity, we can produce more and more commodities. Okay. Unfortunately, we cannot do that two events. If we are increasing production resources and productivity, what will happen? Production possibility curve shift upward. We call this as an economic growth. Economic growth. Economic growth means the country continuously increase the gross domestic production in the economy. Continuous increasement. Continuous increasement of GDP, gross domestic product, in economy, in the country. It is very important, okay? Continuous increasement of the gross domestic product considered as economic growth, at least 10 years. Whether it is increasing in 2.5 or 1.3 or anything, you must increase the production possibility of the economy or economic growth, GDP, at least 10 years. Now we can consider this country is growing up. As an example, just consider about the Singapore economy. Their GDP growth rate is 6.4, while Sri Lankan economy representing minus values. That means we are not going to increase the production, we are going to reduce the production, total production. The amount of the production reducing. Minus 2.5 is not a good sign. Okay. It creates different types of issues for the societies. That is why we are suffering. Okay. Actually, economic problems create political, social, mental, and any kind of problems. People don't have any idea how economic problems is way more valuable than other problems. Okay, if you are suffering something based in economics. Okay, so then this is the economic growth. So now you can identify continuous increasement of the gross domestic product at least 10 years consider as economic growth. Economic growth. අපි ඔකට සිංහලෙන් කියනවා ආර්ථික වෘද්ධිය කියලා කියනවා. වෘද්ධිය කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකට. හරි. අපි ඒකට කියනවා වර්ධනය කියලා. This is the economic growth. If you can increase the quality of the life of people who are living in this country with that economic growth, especially human development index. Okay, there are main features related to the human development index. I mean living standard of the people. You are going to increase the quality of the people who are living in this country with that economic growth. On the other hand, economy is growing up, and the people who are living in this country, their living standard must be quality improvement. Life expectations must be increased. Literacy rate must be increased. And the facilities of health, facilities for the education must be increased. In different ways you can identify. Okay, health, education, social life, freedom of the religions, freedom for the women's, gender equality, each and everything is included in the human development index. That means you are going to increase the quality of life, living standard. Living standard. It represents the quality of the life who are living in this country. If you can continue the economic growth with that living standard improvement, we call it economic development. ආර්ථික සංවර්ධනය කියලා කියන්නේ economic development කියලා කියන්නේ ඒකට. And then if you can protect the environment with that economic development, if you can protect the environment for the next generation of the country, for their economic co-consumption purposes, so that we call it sustainable development. තිරසාර සංවර්ධනය. This is sustainable development cannot be achieved by the country which has recognized as third world country. We cannot do it. Why? Because to do that one, our economy, our country must be developed. Then we can take any kind of decision. In this position where we are in now, in this present time period, we cannot take decision related to the sustainable development. අපිට තිරසාර ගැන හිතන්න අපි සංවර්ධනය වෙලා ඉන්න ඕන. අපිට දැන් එකක් නැහැ මේකක් නැහැ. අපි try කරන්නේ growth එකට යන්න. ඒකෙන් පස්සේ තමයි sustainable development කතා කරන්නේ යුරෝපේ තියෙන රටවල්. ඒගොල්ලෝනේ හිතන්නේ protect කරන්න environment එක protect කරන්න. electronic vehicle පාවිච්චි කරන්න. ඒගොල්ලෝනේ හිතන්නේ. අපි තාම එහෙම නෑ. අපි electronic vehicle තියා petrol vehicle එකක්වත් ගන්න හැටි ගැන කල්පනා කරන්න අපිට මේ economics මොනවාද අපි ඒවට කියන්නේ accuracy එකක් අපිට නැහැ. එන ඒක අර පිළිවෙලට එන්නේ කියලා මතක තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් අපිට economic development එක කොහොම පෙන්වන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් සමහර රටවල් තියෙනවා some countries they destroy the economic resources because of facing some kind of border problems, conflict between two countries, war situations. Okay, so then they are destroying the economy, or they are over economic factors. So then what will happen to the production possibility curve? Shift to backward. Okay, it represents economic decline. We call it economic decline. Actually, it is not a short time effect. It is a long time effect. Just consider about the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So it's ongoing conflict more than 1 year. So we know that they are going to destroy the economic factors, especially road network, vehicles, peoples, and other buildings, machineries. Each and every capital will be destroyed. So then their production ability will destroy, drop down the PPC curve. We call it economic decline. It is not a short time period. If what will happen, short time period effects. Just consider as example, this is the production possibility curve. This is the production possibility curve. In red line, we are going to represent PPC. Okay. But in here, short time effect. As example, employer protects or something like that. Okay, power cut only for 1 day. So then their machineries cannot be used because of the power cut. What will happen to the production ability? Production ability is not going to change. Yes. මේ කරන්ට් එක නැති වුණා කියලා production ability නැති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අද කරගන්න බෑ. එච්චරයි. ability නැති වෙන්නේ නැහැනේ. හිත කරන්ට් එක ආපු ගමන් දවස් 100යි නම් හදන්න පුළුවන් 100 හදන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකට මොකුත් විනාශයක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි අද හදන්න බෑ. It is not a permanent situation. Okay. So then we represent that this one, it is look like inefficiency. Yes. ආකාරක්ෂමතාවයක් වගේ නේ හරියට. මේක ඇතුලෙන් පෙන්නනවා කියලා කියන්නේ ability එකට වඩා අඩුවෙන් තමයි. දැන් අතින් වැතින් කරන ඒවා විතරයි අපිට මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් දැන්. ඒ ටික හදනවා ඒ ඇති. අනිත් ඒවා කරන්න බෑ. ඒ කියන්නේ production maximum production ability එක අපිට reach කරන්න බෑ කියන එකයි ඔකේ අදහස. හරි. ඒවට අපි කියන short time effect කියලා කියනවා. ඒවා decline කියලා ගණන් ගන්නේ නැහැ. decline එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ curve එක shift වෙන්න ඕනේ. The main reason for the shift in curve is increase or decrease the production factors, or increase or decrease the productivity of the organization, the ratio between input and output. So those are the two things which can change the PPC curve. We call it shifting PPC curve, or backward or upward. Okay. Now I think you got the idea related to the PPC curve. Okay. Okay, that is enough. If any cases, we can discuss with the past papers. Okay, you can collect the past papers. After this first lesson and 2 lesson, let's discuss about the past papers. Only related to this 2 lessons. Okay. මේ දෙක ඉවරනට පස්සේ අපි ඩිස්කස් කරගෙන යන් මේ මොනවද අපිට තියෙන මේ පාස් පේපර් වල ඉන්නේ කොයි වගේ වද කියලා. දැන් පේපර් පාඩම් ගොඩාක් කරලා කරන්න ගියාම ඒක ගැලපෙන්නේ නැති වෙනවා. මොකද අපි මේ ප්‍රශ්න මේ කියන්නේ මේ පාඩම් දෙක විතරක් කරමු. විතරක් කරලා පේපර් ටික කරමු. ඊට පස්සේ ඊළඟ පාඩම් ටික කරමු. ඊට පස්සේ මේ පේපර් ටික කරමු. එහෙම කරගෙන යන්න. එතකොට අර අයිඩියා එකක් එනවා. හා මම මේක ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕනේ මේ ටික විතරයි. මේවා තමයි අහන්නේ කියලා අයිඩියා එකක් ඔළුවට එනවා. එතකොට අපිට ඒක කවර් අප් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. අපහු යට ඕනනම් බලන්න මේ වීඩියෝ එක අපහු බලන්න පුළුවන්. මොකක් හරි කවර් අප් කරගන්න මොනවා හරි දෙයක් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම කරමු නැත්නම් ඔක්කොම එකට එකතු කරලා කරන්න ගියාම මිලියෝකදී මතකත් නැති වෙනවා අන්තිමට. නේද? All right. Okay, let's move to the next one. I mean chapter 2. Okay. It is related to the market activity. Basically demand and supply. Okay. Right. First of all, we have to identify what's the meaning of market. Okay. Market is a mechanism. Okay. Market is a mechanism which create transaction between sellers and buyers. Okay. Sellers are there. Those are the buyers. They are meeting to transact or buy and sell goods and services in the market. So then, if anyone can create that mechanism without location or with location, that's the meaning of market. As an example, just consider about eBay. Yeah, eBay. Amazon. AliExpress. Those are also considered as market. But there is no certain location. Without certain location, if you can create the mechanism between sellers and buyers, in the purpose of purchasing or selling goods and services, that also recognized as a market. So now you can identify exact place is not an indeed factor to create the market mechanism. Without place, you can do it. So just consider in the local market also, you can identify such a things. Ikman.lk. Yes. It's one of the marketplace created in the online network. Okay. If you can create the mechanism related to the buying and selling, that's the meaning of market. Right. In here, you can identify two types of partners are there. They participate in the economic activity, sellers. In economics, we are going to recognize seller as a producer. I know that in practical situation, seller can be changed from the producers. Yes, we know that wholesale sellers and retail sellers, producers, transporters, and each and everything become changes. But in here, for the understanding purposes, we are going to change those things. Seller mean the producer. Seller, he is the only one person producing goods and services and selling goods and services and transporting goods and services, retail and wholesale, each and everything done by one person. That's the meaning of seller. Okay. The purpose of the seller is maximize the profit. It is constant. Okay. It's not going to change. Purpose of the seller is maximize the profitability of selling goods and services, earn more and more money. Okay. So then he like to increase the price of the commodity, isn't it? Yes. They are not going to worry about the prices of the commodities. The only party which worry about the prices of the commodity, that is buyers or consumers, customers. They expect higher prices. The expectation is go to high level of prices. And they expect high level of quantity to sell and earn more money and maximize the profit. Okay. On the other side, buyers are there, consumers. Their purpose is buy more commodities in less prices, isn't it? Yes. If the price is less, the quantity of demand or quantity of consumption can be increased. They're expecting low level of prices and consumption quantity can be increased. Now you can identify negative relationship between price and quantity. In here, you can identify positive relationship between price and quantity. Then we have to identify the what are the reasons behind the demand. By using that reason, we can develop the production function and production equation. Those are very important, okay? Because all the calculations are beginning with that one. Okay, if you are going to practice those calculation, it is very easy to grab the marks. Because if you are going to face the writing questions in the paper, if you write perfect answer, it is very hard to take the full marks. Sometimes our writing patterns and words, terms used to get the answer is not suitable for the answers. So then you will lose some marks. But if you are going to face the mathematics calculations, it is very easy to grab the 100% marks. That is why I say that this is very important. It's very unique one. This is the base of the calculation. I will do that in step by step. Okay. QD. QD represent the quantity of demand. Quantity of demand. Illum parimanaya. If I write that one, QDA, that means quantity demand of the A commodity. If I write that this one, this represent which one? This one, okay? It is represent quantity demand of the X commodity. Okay. Px, P always represent price of the commodity. So then Px mean price of the X commodity. Price of the Y commodity. Okay. Then there's a certain things you have to identify. X always represent the certain commodity. X always represent the certain commodity. Y always represent the other commodity. මේක ඇවිල්ලා ඉකොනොමික්ස් වල නියතයක්. දැන් ගානක තිබුණා X වලින් කියන්නේ සලකා බලන භාණ්ඩය කියලා කියන්නේ අදාළ. අපි දැන් හිතන්න යන භාණ්ඩය, අපි හොයන්න යන භාණ්ඩය, අපි කල්පනා කරන එක. ප්‍රධාන දේ. ඒක තමයි X කියලා කියන්නේ. Y other goods. අනිකුත් භාණ්ඩ තියෙනවනේ. අන්න ඒවට. ඒතර ඒවා ඒ සිම්බල් ටික අඳුරගෙන ඉන්න එතකොට උක ලේසි අපිට ඉස්සරහට කතා කරගෙන යනකොට. Okay, now we are going to build up the demand function. Okay, first of all, we have to identify what are the reasons, what are the determinants behind the demand quantity. Okay, so what are the factors you are going to concern before the purchase goods and services? First one is price of the commodity. We are going to concern about the price of the commodity. We are going to represent that as P, capital P. On the other hand, again, you are going to consider before the demand price of other commodities. Price of other commodity. We call it PN. N is always lower cases. Okay, right. Other commodity means it include what are they? Substitutes and complementary. ආදේශනය සහ අනුපූරක කියලා භාණ්ඩ වර්ග දෙකක් තියෙනවා. So how we can identify the substitutes? ආදේශනය. If you are going to drink coffee, tea is the substitutes. If you are going to travel to Colombo by using train, bus services is the substitutes. Okay. If you are in Hungary, you are going to eat rice and curry. It is substitute for the bread and other. Menuwata පාවිච්චි කරන. You are going to utilize that commodity for that commodity. That's the meaning of substitutes. So then what about the complementary? Complementary means it combined with the certain commodity. If you are going to purchase a vehicle, you have to buy the petrol also. So without that petrol, you cannot take the utilization of this vehicle. If you are going to buy mobile phone, you have to buy SIM card. Without SIM card, the usage of the mobile phone is going to be zero. Yes, it is. So then those are complemented. It is combined together. If combined together, we call it complementary commodities. If you are going to buy something, you are going to concern about the price of substitutes. Without this buying, what are the options you have in here? What are the alternatives? Those are the substitutes. And again, you are going to consider about the complementary commodities. If the price of the complementary commodities is very high, you are not going to use it. Just consider the price of the petrol is very high. So then you are not going to buy the vehicles. You are going to use the public vehicles for your transports purposes. So those are the things. Okay, so we represent those things as PN, right? Next one, income of consumer. We are going to represent that by using Y, not from the I. Okay, in economics we are going to use capital I for represent the investment. The purpose of the capital I is investment in economics, but Y represent the yield. Yield being the income consumers can get. Okay, because you have to be familiar with those symbols, because calculation is there by using the symbols. Okay, and the next one, choice of consumer is also very important. Choice, we call it C, capital C. Okay, C, choice. අපි එක එක නයි කැමැත්ත තියෙනවනේ දැන්. If you are going to buy ice cream, someone may be preferred to the vanilla ice cream, otherwise some chocolate ice cream, fruit and nut, mango, purple, strawberry. So those are the choices. If there is no choices, each and everyone must consume same commodities, but you cannot see them something like that when in country also. Different type of choices. So just consider about the vehicles. Different choices are there, because we go to alternative and choices must be changed one person to another person. According to choices, they are going to purchase goods and services. Is also a very important fact. And the next one is expectation. Expectations related to the pipe. We call it EX. X is lower cases. Okay, EX. EX means if you are going to purchase a commodity, what will happen to the price of the a commodity in future? Okay, you think that the price of the a commodity can be increased in the near future. It increase. So what about your decision? Purchase that commodity in present time period. Why? If you are going to purchase that commodity in future, you cannot take it. Why? The price of the commodity is increased. Just consider about the land. Yes, we know that the prices of the land can be increased 1 month to another month similarly. So then if you are able to purchase any kind of land, purchase it now. Okay, without hesitation, you have to purchase it now. If you are trying to purchase in near future, you have to pay double. So that's the expectation. Okay, so just another expectation also will be there. You identify that the price of the commodity in the near future can be decreased. Okay, future expectation is decreasement. So what is your decision? Do not purchase it now. Purchase it in future. As example, consider new release smartphone. When the releasing time period, the prices are very high. After few months, after 6 months, the prices of these mobile phones going to be released because of new has launched. So then pricing. So this is the time period you have to purchase it. If you have a cunning person, you must be a plan with that one. Okay, we call it rational thinking. Actually, not as a cunning person, it is a rational thinking. Okay, we are not going to say that something like that cunning. It is rational. So this is the time period which you can purchase it. So you got expectation about prices. So just consider about the expectation of the people who are living in this country related to the vehicle prices. They're expecting vehicles, but there is no important because of so many restrictions are there. They're expecting to buy new vehicle. Unfortunately, the prices of the vehicle can be very high in the near future. So then what happened? People decide, no, I'm not going to purchase that one. This is enough for me. I'm going to use that vehicle. That is enough to me. So then you can identify the demand amount can be changed according to the expectation. It's very important. Okay. And now, other factors also may be there. Before that one, number of consumers. Number of consumer we are going to represent by using capital N. Number of consumers. Some markets, number of consumers are very high. Some market number of consumers are very low. So just consider about the fish market situated in Negombo. If there is no customers for the purchasing purposes, what will happen to the price of the fish? It will reduce. So just consider about the festival time period, especially in December. What will happen to the price of the fish? It is highly prices, because the number of consumers and the amount of the consumption is going to be increased. Because of that one, the price can be changed. According to that one, we have to change the amount of the consumption. Okay, and final one, it is other factors. We call it O, capital O. Other factors, environmental factors must be there. Okay, religion factors must be there. Cultural factors must be there. Then ඇඳුමක් ඇඳගෙන එළියට යන්න හදනකොට හිතන්නේ නැද්ද? මේක මගේ උමනාවට අඳින එකක් නෙමෙයි, මේ සමාජයට උමනාවට අඳින දෙයක්. මේක අඳින්නේ. එහෙම හිතන්නේ වෙන අපිනේ. දැන් අපි කැමැති, හරි කැමැති ඔහි සහැල්ලු දෙයක් ඇඳගෙන ගිහිල්ලා උගන්නන එක කරන්න කැමැති අපිත් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා. ඒක කරන්න බෑ අපිට. මොකද අපි ඒක ඇඳගෙන ගියොත් අපි ටීචර් කෙනෙක් විදියට අපි රෙකග්නයිස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක ඕගොල්ලන්ටත් එකයි. හරි. එතකොට අපි කල්චර් එකේ තියෙන දේවල් බලලා අපිට ඕනේ නැතිව අපිට කන්සියුම් කරන්න වෙන වෙලාවල ඕන තරම් තියෙනවා. දැන් ඔය වෙඩින් වල ගද්දිත් එහෙම ඔක වෙනවා. හරිය අකමැති ඇඳුම් අඳින්න ඒ වුණාට අඳින්නේ. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ අපි අර කන්සම්ප්ෂන් එක කරන්නේ නිකන් අර අපේ වමනා දේවල් හිතලා නෙමෙයි, other factors ගැන හිතලා. රිලිජන් එක, ට්‍රැඩිෂන් එක, ඊට පස්සේ අපි හොඳයි කියන කල්චර් එක. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් ඉස්ලාමික් රිලිජන් එක අදහන අය බලන්න. අපි හිතන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ හරි කැමැත්තෙන් ඕව කරනවා කියලාද? සමහරට කැමති නැති වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් සමහර අය. සමහර අය හරි කැමැත්තෙන් ඔය වැඩේ කරනවා. සමහර අය හරිම අකමැත්තෙන් ඔය වැඩේ කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඉතින් අපිට 100% කියන්න පුළුවන්ද මේ එයාගේ ප්‍රෙෆරන්ස් එක මත තමයි ඒ කන්සම්ප්ෂන් එක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ? නෑ, එහෙම නෑ. ප්‍රෙෆරන්ස් එක පැත්තක රිලිජන්ස් අයිඩියොලොජිස් ඊට වඩා ලොකු වෙනවා. හරි. ඒක අර ෆ්‍රීඩම් එක එක්ක තීරණය කරගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක අර මම දන්න විදිහට කැතලික් එකයි මේ බුද්දිසම් එකේ නම් ඔහම මේ අයිඩියොලොජිස් හදලා මිනිස්සු රෙස්ට්‍රික්ෂන් කරන්නේ නෑනේ. ඒකේ රික්වෙස්ට් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ නේ. රික්වෙස්ට් කරනවා මේව කරන්නේ නැති නැති නිකන් ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ නේද? මම දන්න විදිහට කැමති නම් ඒක කරන්න, නැත්නම් ඉන්නේ ඒක ඵල විපාක අපි භුක්ති විඳියි. එහෙම නැතුව වෙන එකක් වෙන්නේ නෑ කියලා. මම නම් දන්න විදිහට එහෙම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. සමහර රටවල් තියෙනවා ඉස්ලාමික් වුණත් 100% මේකේ තියෙන දේම මෙව කරන්න යනවා. එතකොට අර ප්‍රෙෆරන්ස් කියන එක නැති වෙලා යනවා. හැබැයි ඒකට අර හුරු වෙච්ච මනුස්සයා දන්නේ නැහැ. එයා මේකේ මේ අර ෆ්‍රේම් එක මම ඉන්නේ කියලා එයා දන්නේ නැහැ. ඒක නේ වතාරින්නේ නැත්තේ. මං කියන්නේ හොඳ නැහැ කියලා නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ. ඒ ආගමෙත් තියෙනවා ඉන්න වැදගත් දේවල්, මිනිස්සු ජීවත් වෙනකොට සත්තු මේ නම් මනන් ගැන කියලා තියෙන දේවල් ඒව ඇත්ත. හරි මේ ideological factors තියෙනවා. ඒව අපි follow කරන්නේ නැති ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. හරි. ඒක කොහොම වුණත් other factors අපි බලනවා. Religion, environmental factors. Yes. If you are living in this area, we call it up country, newer area or something like that, your pattern must be changed. Yeah, in pattern and other things, the equipments which you are going to use, all those things can be changed. If you are going to live in Jaffna, already it is 100% change because of the concerning factor, it is environment. So it can be changed, right? So we already identified all factors which are related to the demand. So now we are going to discuss that reduction function. QDX F within brackets This is N. First one is P, comma, Pn, comma, Y, comma, C, comma, Ex, comma, N, comma, O, comma. So this is the function of demand. P, Pn, Y, C, Ex, N, and O. All the factors which identify as a determinants for the quantity of demand. The combination between factors and depending factors. Already, if you are going to identify the simplicity that equation, before that line, in this part, I mean left side, represent the dependent factors. Because the amount of the quantity of demand depending on those factors. That is why we call it dependent factors. Okay. So other factors, we call it independent factor. Because those factors can change independently. Okay, those factors can change independently. According to change in those factors, the depending factor, I mean quantity of demand, can be determined. Isn't it? Yes. මේ තියෙන මේ වරහන් ඇතුළේ තියෙන ඒවා වෙනස් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒවා වෙනස් වෙනකොට තමයි ඒ වෙනස් වීම අනුව quantity demand එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ. දැන් ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නේ, if you are going to consider each and every factors related to the quantity demand, we cannot identify the quantity of demand. Why? When prices increase, income also increase. Then what happened to the production? What happened to the demand quantity? We cannot identify exactly what will happen. When price increase, income decrease. When price decrease, income increase. We cannot take the exact idea. When price increase, income decrease. On the other hand, choice of the commodity increase. We don't have an idea of what will happen to the demand. So now we are going to clarify that or simplify that using only one factor. It is price. Now we are going to concerning only about the factor as a price. Other factors are concerned as constant. Other factors mean price of other commodity, choice, income, other things are constant. Constant means it's not going to be changed. Only change in factor is price. Okay. According to change in the price, quantity demand is going to be changed. Okay. This is the meaning of demand. If you are going to simplify that one, okay, in different prices, different quantities. Okay, as example, price 2, 4, 6. Okay, if the price of the commodity 2 is try to purchase 80 commodities, 60 commodities, 40 commodities, increase the prices, decrease the quantity of the demand. So then by using that particular schedule, we are going to create the equations for the demand. Equation mean QDX, that means the quantity demand for the X commodity is A minus BP. This is very important. QDX equal A minus BP. මම මෙතනින් එහාට උගන්වන දේවල් මොනවා හරි ගැටලුවක් තියෙනවා නම් පරස් ගාලා මැසේජ් එකක් දාන්න. මේක තේරුන්නේ නැහැ කියලා මම ආයෙ ඩිස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරලා කියන්නම්. මේ මයික් එක දෙන්න බෑ. මම අර මේක පාවිච්චි කරන හින්දා මේක ස්පීකර් ඔන් කරන්න බෑ මට. හරිද? මොනවා හරි එකක් තියෙනවා නම් මේ අපහු මේව කරන්න මම කියලා දෙන්න. right. QD mean දැන් මේක සමීකරණ ඔයාලා ලියා ගන්න. ලියාගෙන ඒකේ කියන දේවල් ටික ලියලා අපි ඒකේ ගණන් දෙක තුනක් හදමු. හරි. QDX. QDX mean the quantity of demand. Quantity of demand. ඉල්ලුම් කරන ප්‍රමාණය. කීයද කියන එක. අපි දැන් මේවා සංඛ්‍යාත්මකව ගන්න යන්නේ ඔක්කොම. A mean when price equal to 0, the quantity of demand. When price equal to 0, the quantity of demand. මිල බැරි වෙලාවත් බිඳුවක් වුණොත් එහෙම මෙයා කීයක් මිලදී ගනීද? ඒකට අපි කියනවා A කියලා. අන්තක්ඛණ්ඩය කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගන්නේ ඕක. When price equal to 0, the quantity of demand. Okay, right. B. B mean the slope of the curve. Slope of the demand curve. ඒ කිව්වේ අපි ඉල්ලු වක්‍රයක් ඇන්දොත් එහෙම හරිද? ඒකේ තියෙන ස්ලෝප් එක බෑවුම කොච්චරයිද කියන එක තමයි අපි B කියන එකෙන් පෙන්නන්න යන්නේ. You can calculate this B delta QD divided by delta P. Delta mean the amount of the change. Delta QD divided by delta P. Don't worry about that one. I will describe by calculation. Right? Right. And P is the price of the commodity. Price of the commodity. Okay. Right. You already got schedule. This is the schedule. Delta means the amount of change. As example, delta QD mean between this 80 and 60, delta is 20. Changing amount. Between this 60 and 40, delta is 20. Between this 2 and 6, delta P is 2. Delta P is 2. Something like that. Okay. Right. Now we are going to calculate now we are going to create the equation for that schedule. Okay. Then copy that schedule into your notebook. I mean P 2, 4, 6, QD 80, 60, 40. Okay. Right? Okay. And now this is the equation QDX equal A minus BP. First of all, we have to calculate the value for B. Value for B. Okay. Do not worry about the other things. Just calculate the B. B mean we are going to calculate the B value delta QD divided by the delta P. We know that the value for the delta is just 20 for the QD. 20 divided by 2. So then 10 is the amount which is related to the B. So then now we already identify B value is just 10. Okay. Now put the value in here. QDX equal, we don't have any idea about the A, but we know the value for the B, it is 10. Okay, this is the second step. Okay. And now you got the idea for the value for B, and now we have to calculate the other values. Okay. So you got schedule for the demand. Just select one option. This is option 1, option 2, option 3. Okay. From this, I am going to select this one. Price equal to 4, QD equal to 60. According to your choice, you can choose any option. There's no any wrong, nothing to hesitate. According to your choice, you can choose anything. Okay, I'm going to choose this one. So in this position, the quantity demand is equal to 60. Okay, for that QDX, we are going to put that value in here, which is 60. Okay, we don't have any idea about the value A. Keep that as A. We got the idea for the B, it is 10. And this position, the price is just 4. Okay, put the value in here. Okay, right. Now, 60 equal A minus 10 multiplied by 4. 10 multiplied by 4 means 40. Okay, right. Now we are going to convert that minus 40 into this side. It is convert to plus 40. That means 60 plus 40 equal to A. Okay, then 100 equal to A. Okay, now we got the value for the B, it is 10. Value for the A, it is just 100. That is enough. Now we can identify the equation. QD x equal 100 minus 10p. So this is the equations for certain commodity. මේක තමයි හොයන්නේ. Okay. Is there any problem? Yes, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, step by step. Okay. Right. Okay. In here, in this second step, we put the value for the B. Okay. And now we select one option from this schedule. Okay. In this schedule, you know that the value for the QD and value for the P already here. We are going to put that selected values for this equation. For the QD, we can put the value for the 60. Okay. For phi, we can value for the 4. This is the P. Okay, this is the QD. And then we are going to calculate it. 10 multiplied by 4, it convert to 40. And minus 40, change the direction to this. මේ ඍණ මෙතන ඍණ 40යි ඉන්නේ. ඒ ඍණ 40 අපි පැත්ත මාරු කරාම ධන 40ක් එනවා. එතකොට 60ට එකතු වෙනවා 40ක්. එතකොට අපිට 100ක් වෙනවා ඒ. ඕක තමයි ආවේ. දැන් එතකොට අපි ඉක්වේෂන් එක කියලා හොයන්නේ A වැලියු එකයි B වැලියු එකයි පමණයි. නැතුව අරව හොයන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. මොනවාද P හරි QD හරි ඒවා අපිට අදාළ නැහැ. ඒවා ඕන වෙලාවක චේන්ජ් වෙන්න පුළුවන් දේවල්. අපි එතකොට ඉක්වේෂන් එක කියලා ගන්නේ QD equal A minus BP වල අපි ආපු A වැලියු එක දානවා B වැලියු එක දානවා එච්චරයි කරන්නේ. අනිත් ඒවා අර විදිහට තියාගන්න. එතකොට ඕක තමයි අපි හොයාගත්ත ඉක්වේෂන් එක. ඇයි එහෙම කරන්නේ දන්නවද? මම උදාහරණකින් කියලා දෙන්න. දැන් මෙතන අපි හොයාගෙන ඉඳලානේ QD equal 100 minus 10p කියලා. අපි දැන් මෙතනින් ෂෙඩියුල් එකෙන් ගමුකෝ මෙන්න මේ තුන්වෙනි ෂෙඩියුල් එක ගමු. තුන්වෙනි ඒකේ තියෙනවා ප්‍රයිස් එක 6යි කියලා. ක්වොන්ටිටි එක තියෙනවා 40 කියලා. අපි දැන් දාමුකෝ නිකමට වගේ ප්‍රයිස් එක 6යි කියන එක. හරි. එහෙනම් QD equal 100 minus 10 6. QD equal 100 minus 60. ඉතින් QD equal වෙන්න ඕන 40 වලට. හරිනේ? මෙතන එනවා නෙමෙයි 40. හරිනේ? මිල 6ක් වෙද්දි 40 එකක් තමයි ඉල්ලලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා අපි අර ප්‍රයිස් එක චේන්ජ් වෙනකොට ක්වොන්ටිටි චේන්ජ් වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඒ හින්දා ප්‍රයිස් එකයි ක්වොන්ටිටි එකටයි ගණන් දාන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. මොනවත් හොයන්නේ නැහැ. මේ දෙකේ හැමෝම තියාගන්න අවිචල්‍ය පද විදිහට අරවා තමයි ස්ථාවර පද විදිහට අපි දාගන්නේ. මොකද ඒ හින්දා තමයි අපි A වැලියු එකයි B වැලියු එකයි විතරක් ඔතන හෙව්වේ. එක්සෑම් වලදීත් ඔයාලට දෙන ඉක්වේෂන් එක මේ වගේ එකක් තමයි දෙන්නේ. ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔයා කැල්කියුලේෂන් එක කරගන්න ඕනේ. පැහැදිලිද ඒ ටික? right. දැන් අපි schedule එකකින් by using schedule you can create the equation. Okay. Now you have to draw the demand curve by using equation. Okay. මම example equation එකක් දෙන්න. නෑ මේකම ගන්නකො එතකොට ලේසි. මේ equation එකම ගන්න. Same equation. Now we are going to create the demand curve by using this QDX equal 100 minus 10p. In demand curve, this horizontal line always represents the quantity of the demand, QD. Okay. In vertical line always represent the price of the commodity. Okay. Already we know that there is the combination between or relationship between price and quantity demands always negative. Why? When price increase, quantity demand decrease. When price decrease, quantity demand increase. Okay, right. Let's discuss about the law of demand and factors later after studying that one. Okay. So this is the one. So now you have to identify the crossing point of this curve. Okay. Just assume that Px, Qx, something like. In first assumption, you are going to assume that Px value or price of the commodity becomes 0. Then you have to calculate what will happen to the quantity of demand. On the other hand, second assumption, you are going to assume that the quantity demand values become 0. Okay. So now you have to calculate the value for the price. Okay. Okay, I will do it. මම මේක කරන්න යන්නේ දැන් මේ සමීකරණට අදාළ ඉල්ලුම් වක්‍රය අඳින්න මම assumption එකක් ගන්නවා. P කියන එක බිඳුවක් වුණොත් එහෙම price එක බිඳුවක් වුණොත් එහෙම quantity demand කීයක් වේද කියලා බලනවා. හරිද? ඒ quantity demand එක බිඳුවක් වුණොත් එහෙම price එක කීයක් වෙනවද කියලා බලනවා. අපි මම මේ කරන්න යන්නේ curve එක ඇඳහම මේ price axis එකයි quantity axis එකයි cross කරන option cross කරන point එක මොකක්ද කියලා ඒ දෙක යා කරන්න තමයි මේ යන්නේ. හරි. ඉස්සෙල්ලාම අපි දැන් මෙන්න QD equal 100% minus 10p ඕක ගන්නවා. First assumption P becomes 0. මේක පළවෙනි එක කියන්නේ එහෙමනේ. If P becomes 0, what will happen to the quantity of demand? ඒක තමයි අපි කරන්න යන්නේ. Just assume that QD equals 100 minus P. P mean 0, 0 multiplied by 10, it is 0. Okay. So then QD equal to 100. Okay. This is 100. දැන් මෙතන 100යි කියලා මෙතන බිඳුවයි කියලා ගත්තාම බිඳුව 10න් වටුනම බිඳුවයිනේ. ඉතින් 100න් බිඳුවක් අඩු කරාම 100යි. ඒ හින්දා 100යි කියලා ගත්තා. මෙතන when the P equal to 0, quantity demand become 100. This is the line we are going to represent the price. This is P 0. And when the P equal to 0, quantity demand become 100. හරිනේ? මිල මෙතන පෙන්නනවා මිල බිඳුවක් වුණාම quantity demand 100යිලු. හරිනේ? එහෙනම් මෙතන තමයි කැපෙන්න ඕනේ. So then next one is when QDX equal to 0, what will happen to the P? QDX equal to 100 minus 10p. So then we are going to assume that QD equal to 0. Put the value for the 0 and 100 minus 10p. So change the direction of 10p. It become plus value. 10p equal to 0. Okay. The combination between 10 and p, it is multiple. If you are going to change the direction of the 10, it become this value. Okay. P equal 10. දැන් අපි බිඳුවක් සමානයි 100ක් ඍණ 10යි කියලානේ ගත්තේ. ඒතර මේ ඍණ 10යි අපි පැත්ත වෙනස් කරනවා. එතකොට ඍණ එකක් ධන වෙනවා. මෙතනට ආවට පස්සේ. එතකොට ධන 10යි සමානයි 100ක් වෙනවා. ඒතර මේ 10 සහ p අතර තියෙන සම්බන්ධය වැඩි කිරීමක්නේ. 10 සහ p අතර තියෙන සම්බන්ධය වැඩි කිරීමක් කියන 10 අපි අනිත් පැත්තට ගෙනියනවා. වැඩි කිරීමක් අනිත් පැත්තට ගෙනියනවා. බෙදීමක් වෙනවා. එහෙනම් p සමානයි 10. එතකොට මෙතනට අපි දානවා p equal to 10. Okay. So then QD becomes 0. QD, this one, becomes 0 and price becomes 10. So this is the line. This is the line for QDX minus 100 minus 10P equation. එන ඔය කියපු එකට මෙතන මේක තමයි. ඒක අපි හොයාගත්තේ අර equation එක අන්තක්කණ්ඩයක් එකක් බිඳුවට ගත්තා. අනික කීයද කියලා හොයාගත්තා. ඒක ලකුණු කරා. අනික බිඳුවක් කරා. ඒක කැල්කියුලේෂන් කරා. අනිත් එක කීයද කියලා හොයාගත්තා. මේ පැත්ත ලිව්වා. එතකොට තමයි අපිට අර කම්බිනේෂන් එක එන්නේ. ඕක තමයි උතනදී කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. පැහැදිලිද? හරි මේක හදාගන්නකෝ එන. Okay, right. Right. Then if you got schedule, by using schedule, you must be able to create the equation. Okay, and then by using that equation, you must be able to create the demand curve. Okay, those are very essential and elements of this lesson. Okay, now we are going to move to the elasticity. Okay, it's very important. You got the if you got the identification related to the elasticity, you can do any calculations. Okay, right. Let's move. Elasticity. Before that one, we go to the law of demand. Law of demand always represent the negative relationship between price and quantity of demand when other factors are remaining constant. In a certain time period, when other factors related to demand constant, the price of the commodity and quantity demand represent negative relationship. That negative relationship identified as law of the demand. Okay, when price increase, the quantity demand of the certain commodity going to be reduced. When the price decrease, the quantity demand of the commodity can be increased. So this is the negative relationship. We call it inverse relationship. It's not a positive. Inverse relationship between quantity demand and price. In here, we have to identify two major three major factors behind that negative relationship. Three major factors will affect to create the negative relationship between price and quantity demand. First one is income effect. First one is income effect. Okay, those are the reasons behind negative relationship of price and quantity demand. We call it the reason behind law of demand. Negative relationship. First one is income effect. Okay, it's very simple, but you have to clearly identify what I am going to say now. Okay, just try to clearly identify. If there is any doubt, just message. I will describe it again. Okay, right. Always the buying ability, we call it purchasing power of the consumer depend on the income. Okay, the purchasing power of the consumer depend on the income of the consumer. Okay, just consider about yourself. Your income method and the level of income consider as a factor or determinants related to your consumption pattern. Okay, so just consider this income can be identified in two ways. Okay, first one is financial income. Second one is real income. The very important factor is real income, not about the financial income. Okay, as example, the person A doing a job in private company. He paid 50,000 rupees per month as a salary. So financial income is 50,000. Okay, but the real income is mean financial income divided by the price of the commodity. Just common price of the commodity is 100 rupees, is getting 50,000. Okay, so then real income is just 500. This real income always represents the buying ability of the people, the number of amount he can purchase. So this is the income we have to concern related to the purchasing power. Okay, so then consider, I will describe the negative relationship between price and quantity demand for certain commodity by using this income effect. Okay, after this explaining, you can identify how මේ සිග්නල් එක පොඩ්ඩක් අඩු වෙනවා වගේද? සමහර වෙලාවට ඇහෙන්නේ නැද්ද? බෆරින් වෙනවා වගේ වෙනවා නිකන් අර නතර වෙනවා වගේ. මේ වගේ විනාඩියක් දෙන්න කොහොමද? right. පොඩි වැහිගතියක් වගේ එනවා ඒ නිසා තමයි වෙනස් වෙන්නේ. හරි නේද? right. Price of the commodity is just 2. When the price of the commodity is 2, is going to purchase 100 commodity. When the price of the commodity 4, is going to purchase only 50 commodity. Now you can identify the relationship between price and commodity. Quantity demand, it is negative. How it become happen? So just consider the income of the consumer is limited. Okay, it is just 200. මෙයාගේ ඉන්කම් එක රුපියල් 200යි තියෙන්නේ. මෙයා පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ X කියන බාණ්ඩ විතරයි. Is going to only consume X commodity. So then if the price of the commodity just 2, sorry, he can purchase how much? මේකේ quantity එක 100ක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? එතකොට මෙයාගේ අපි මේක වෙනස් කරගමු. එතකොට මේක ලේසි තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් එයා 100ක් නිකන්නේ. හරි. එතකොට එකක ප්‍රයිස් එක 2යිනේ. 100ක් ගන්න. එතකොට එයාට යනවා වියදම 200ක් යනවනේ. හරි. 200. මේක ඉන්කම් එක කියලා ගමු. එතකොට ලේසි. හරි. එයා කැමති වුණත් අකමැති වුණත් 100යි ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඇයි? ඉන්කම් එකෙන් එයාගේ ලිමිට් එක තීරණය කරලා ඉවරයි. The limitation of the purchasing created by the income. We call it buying ability, purchasing power. So then his daily income is just 200 and he can purchase only 100 from the X commodity. Just consider the price of the X commodity increase. What will happen to the buying ability of the people? It reduce. Why? With the price increasement, the income of the consumer is not going to increase because income of the consumer is constant. So then it create the it reduce the price purchasing power of the buying ability of the people. So it become 50. He can purchase 50 commodities for that one. The one of the this is just 4 rupees and he can buy 50 and the total expenditure always equal to total income. In here we are not going to consider about this person is not going to this person is not going to save the money. Every income consume. Okay. So then now you identify because of this certain factor, I mean income, create the negative relationship between price and quantity demand. We call it income effect to create the negative relationship between price and quantity demand. On the other hand, another factor is there, second factor, it is substitute effects. Okay, this one is income effect, second one is substitute effects. Substitute. We already discussed about what's the meaning of substitutes. You can use that substitutes for the certain commodity. Just as example, tea for the coffee. It is substitutes. Okay. So just consider this is the certain commodity. I mean, X. The price of the certain commodity is just rupees. And this is the quantity demand of the certain commodity. It is just 10. Price increased to 4 rupees and the quantity decreased to 5 quantities. So now you can identify the negative relationship between price and quantity demand. The reason behind that one is price of other commodities. In here, price of other commodities is not going to change. It is constant. So a person who are going to purchase X commodity is sacrifice the consumptions of substitutes commodity. දැන් මෙයා දෙකට රුපියල් දෙකට මෙහෙම 10ක් ගන්නකොට අර අනික් බාන රුපියල් 3යිනේ. ඒතර එයා ඒව පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. Because X commodity is more cheaper than the N commodity or Y commodity. Okay. So then you are not going to consume the QDY. So the consumption of this commodity, it is 0. Okay. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ බිඳුව කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා එයා පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ X කියන භාණ්ඩ විතරයි. ඒකෙන් 10ක් ගන්න. දැන් මේකෙන් අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට දැන් මේ ප්‍රයිස් එක හරි ගමුකෝ. මේක මෙතන තියෙන්නේ රුපියල් 2යි. එතකොට එයා රුපියල් 2කට 10ක් මිලදී ගන්නවා X කියන භාණ්ඩේ. හැබැයි අනිකුත් භාණ්ඩේ සබ්ස්ටිටියුට් එක තමයි අපි 3යි කියලා අරන් තියෙන්නේ. ඒකෙන් මෙයා මිලදී ගන්නේ නැහැ. Quantity demand for the Y commodity is 0. Okay. So then suddenly increase the price of the X commodity, certain commodity, into 4. He reduce the consumption of X commodity. It is 5 now. Right. එතකොට අපි හිතමු දැන් මේක මේ ඉන්කම් එක ගැන හිතන්න එපා. ඉන්කම් එක ගැන හිතුවොත් මේක තීරණ හේතු කරගන්න බෑ. මේක තේරුම් ගන්න බැරි වෙනවා. ඉන්කම් එක ගැන ඔයා හිතන්න ගියොත් එහෙම 10 වැඩි කිරීම 2 කියන්නේ 20යිනේ. ඒතර 4 වැඩි කිරීම 5 කියන්නේ 30යි. එතකොට එයා මෙහෙම කන්සම්ප්ෂන් එක කරලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. මම ඒකයි ඉන්කම් එක ගැන හිතන්න එපා කියලා කිව්වේ. Do not worry about the income. We got plenty of income. But in here is increase the price of the price, then he reduce the price of the, he reduce the quantity demand. Along with that one, he is going to compare the price of X commodity and Y commodity now. By considering the price of, comparing the price of X commodity and Y commodity, he identified that Y consumption of Y, it is cheaper than the consumption of X. Now he's try to purchase 5 of Y commodity also. If more and more increase the price as a 10 rupees, so then he reduce the consumption of X commodity to 0 and purchase only Y commodity. Why? Because he is going to compare the prices of the commodity, certain commodity prices and substitute commodity. So now, because of that also, you can identify negative relationship build up because of the price of other commodities. We call it substitute effects. ඒකට අපි කියනවා ආදේශනීය බලපෑම. අපි ඕනම දෙයක් එහෙමනේ පර්චේස් කරන්න ගියාම. නේද? දැන් මේ දවස්වල හාල් වල ගණන් වැඩි. එහෙ නැති විකල්පයකට යන්න වෙනවා. ඒකෙන් අදහස් කරන්නේ හාල් කියනවා බත් කියනවා කන්නේම නැතුව ඉන්න ඕනේ කියලා නෙමෙයි. අපිට පුළුවන් 3 වේලකින් එක වේලක් වෙනස් කරන්න. ඒතර අපි අර ඒකට කියන්නේ rationally අපි හිතලා වෙනස් වෙනවා කියලා. හැබැයි if you are going to compare the price of the bread then 1 kilo of rice, so just consider the price of bread are very high. So now we are going to not going to consume the substitutes. We are going to increase the purchasing of the certain commodity. එහෙම ලේවෙන්නේ කරන්නේ. අපි බලනවා අර කොහොමත් අර කම්පෙයාර් කරලා බලනවා. කෝකද වාසි දැන් අඳුමක් ගන්න ගියත් එහෙම. අපි choice එක බලන බව ඇත්ත. preference එක බලන බව ඇත්ත. හැබැයි ඉතින් price එකත් බලන්නේ අන්තිමේට. බලලා තමයි තීරණය කරන්නේ මේක ගන්නවා. දැන් බලනවා දැන් සමහර යඳුන් වල usage තියෙන්නේ ඒකටම විතරයි. අපි හිතුව wedding එකකට යනවා වෙන කොහෙවත් ඕක ඇඳගෙන යන්න බෑ. the price එක බලනවා very high. ගන්නවද අපි? ගන්නේ නේ අතහැරලා දානවා. දැන් අපි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එහෙම එකක් කරලා මේක මේ පාටි එකකට තව යන්න හැකි, ඔකේෂන් එකකට තව යන්න හැකි කියලා හිතනවනේ ඒක ගණන් වැඩි වුණත් කමන්නේ අපි ගන්නවා. එහෙම හිතන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි රැෂනල් තින්කින් කරලා තමයි අපි ගන්නෙ. දැන් අර very high prices එකක් තියෙන එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒක වෙඩින් එකකට විතරයි suitable වෙන්නේ. ඒක අපි ගන්න නැතුව අර වගේ substitute එකක් ගන්නවා. වෙන තැන් වලටත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් හින්දා. ඒතකොට ඔයා මේ demand එක ගන්නේ අර තවත් එක compare කරලා තමයි ඔයා ගන්නේ. කරනවා compare කරනවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්. You are going to compare each and everything. Just consider about the, if you are going to into the supermarket, you are going to compare the prices because it is easy to compare the prices in supermarket. Yes, you already get the commodities and you can calculate the weight of the commodity and the price of the commodity, and if you are going to calculate that one, the price divided by the weight, you can identify 1 gram which prices, the value of the 1 gram, and just consider about the substitute price divided by the grams. You can identify some commodities are very cheaper than others. The comparing to other things, you can continue your consumptions. That is not a bad thing. It is very important thing. We call it rational thinking. Okay, if you are in a high level of income or low level income or middle classes, whatever you are in, if you try to rationally actively participate to the market, that's what we are expecting. ඒක මේ අර අපෝ හොයනවා හැම එකම හොයනවා මේ මහා මැරෙන්නේ නැති මිනිස්සු වගේ කූණුකමට කියලා එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. මේ එහෙම අර බර හිතලා මේක එක්ස්පයර් වෙන ඩේට් එක කවද්ද? මේක මේ හෙට අනිද්දා එක්ස්පයර් වෙනවද? තව එකක් ගන්නවද මිල වැඩි වුණත්? ඒක රැෂනල් තින්කින්. ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් ලෙවල් එකට ගියාම සමහරට ඔය නෙගටිව් තියරි එක පොසිටිව් වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් ලෙවල් එකට ගියාම එහෙම වෙනවා සමහර දේවල්. ඉතින් ඒක අර නරක දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. එහෙම කන්සම්ප්ෂන් කරන්නේ නැති හින්දා තමයි අපි ණය වෙන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. අපි හිතනවනේ ඒක නිකන් හරි ජරා සෞත්‍ය වැඩක් කියලා. නෑ. ඒක තමයි කරන්නේ. ඕක කරන්නේ නැති හින්දා තමයි මිනිස්සු පෞද්ගලිකව ණය වෙන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. මොකද තමන්ගේ ඉන්කම් පැටර්න් එකයි එක්ස්පෙන්ඩිචර් පැටර්න් එකයි මැනේජ් කරගන්න බැරි වුණාම එයාට බැරි දේවල් කරන්න කියලා අමාරු වෙట్లా ඉන්නේ. දැන් රටට වෙලා තියෙනෙත් ඒකම තමයි. අපිට වෙන්නේත් ඒකම තමයි. එහෙනම් රැෂනල් තින්කින් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් අපි ওই ප්‍රශ්න වලින් ගොඩක් වෙලාට එළියට එන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා. ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ අපි එහෙම කරන්නේ නැති එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි හිතනවා එහෙම හිතනකොට අපි නිකන් අනිත් අය බලන්නේදී අපි නිකන් මොකුන්දෝ වගේ වෙයි. අපි නිකන් පෙරේතයෝ වෙයි. එහෙම තමයි හිතන්නේ. එහෙම ගන්න රැෂනල් තින්කින් කියලා කියන්නේ ඇත්තටම හොඳට ඔයලා බලලා හිතලා මේ තීරණ ගන්න මිනිසුන්ට මිසක් මේ නිකාම එන ඩිසිෂන් එක කොහේ ගන්න මිනිසුන්ට කියන්නේ අපි. Right. Now you can identify. First one is income effect. Second one is substitute effects. Third one. Very important. Okay. Third one. Diminishing. Marginal. Diminishing marginal utility. Diminishing marginal utility. Okay. Just consider you are in a thirsty. Okay. You consume 1 glass of water. Just consider your satisfaction is very high because you are in a thirsty level. Okay. And within certain time period, you are going to consume 2nd glass of water. Your satisfaction is moderate level. 3rd glass of water, your satisfaction is low. 4th one, lower and lower. So now you can identify within certain time period if you are going to consume same commodity again and again. I mean, again mean, additional mean, marginal. If you are going to consume marginal commodities, your satisfaction can be reduced. Yes. That's එකම වෙලාවක එකම භාණ්ඩේ එකින් එක වැඩි කරගෙන පාවිච්චි කරන්න ගියම ඇඩිෂනල් පාවිච්චි කරාම මාජිනල් පාවිච්චි කරාම සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් එක අඩු වෙනවා. හරි. එහෙනම් ඔයා කොච්චර මිල වුණත් කොච්චර සාධාරණ වුණත් කොච්චර ලාභ වුණත් එහෙම පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. දැන් බඩගිනි වෙලාවක කොහෙට හරි ගිහලා තියෙන ඒ රෙස්ටුරන්ට් එකේ තියෙන සේරම කන්නේ නැහැ නේ. සීමාවක් තියෙනවා අපිට කන්න. ඒ සීමාව ඉවරලා certain time period එක ඉවරනාට පස්සේ ආයෙ බඩගිනි එක වෙනම කතාවක්. කොහොමද වෙනවනේ ඒක අපි මිනිස්සුනේ. එහෙනම් ඒ certain time period එක ඇතුළේ අපිට consumption කරන්න යනකොට if you are going to additional unit, if you are going to consume additional unit, your utility means the satisfaction of the people who are consuming the goods and services. Utility can be reduced. According to that one, you are not going to consume more and more commodity. Your consumption can be limited. So if you are going to consume higher prices productions, higher prices commodity, what will happen to your consumption? It becomes reduced. දැන් හිතන්නකො මේම ඔන්න යාළුවෝ ඉන්න තැනකට යනවා. යාළුවෝ ඉන්න ඇඳුමක් ගැන කතා කරනවා ගත් එකක් ගැන. නැත්නම් මොබයිල් ෆෝන් එකක් හරි වොච් එකක් හරි ගැන කතා කරනවා. හරි වොච් එකක් කියලා හිතමු. එයා එක පෙන්නලා කියනවා මම මේක මේ මෙහෙන් ගත්තේ හොඳ ලොකු තැනක් කියලා කියනවා. මේක මට රුපියල් 8000ක් වුණානේ මේ වොච් එකට කියලා කියනවා. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ දැන් ඔයාත් ඒ වොච් එකම අරන් තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඔයා අරන් තියෙන්නේ 8000කට නෙමෙයි 3000කට. දැන් ඔයා ගිහලා කියනවා අපෝ එහෙමද ඔයා ආව වෙලානේ තියෙන මම 3000ට අරගත්තනේ මේක කියලා කියනවා. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ අර 8000ට ගත්ත කෙනාට? සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් නැති වෙනවා. ඒතර එයා බලනවා රයිට්. ඔව් මේ 8000ක් දීලා මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ. මේක දෙගුණයක් ගන්න තිබ්බනේ දෙපාරක් මේක පර්චේස් කරන්න තිබ්බ විදිහට. එතකොට අර ප්‍රයිසස් හයි වෙනකොට සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් අඩු වෙනවා. හැබැයි අඩු ප්‍රයිස් එකකට වැඩි භාණ්ඩ ප්‍රමාණයක් ගත්තාම සැටිස්ෆැක්ෂන් එක මොකද වෙන්නේ? එතකොට වැඩි. අපි බලන්නේ මේකනේ. We try to purchase more and more goods and services in a lower prices. That is how we can increase the utility, we increase the satisfaction of the consumers. එහෙනම් ඒකේනොත් ඍණ වෙනවනේ. ඒකේනොත් ඍණ කරනවා. ඒක අපේ හිතේ ඇදෙන්නේ. අපිට utility කියන එක මනින්න බෑ. We cannot measure the utility. We cannot measure the satisfaction of the consumers. But we know that if we can consume goods and services in a lower prices, that will increase the satisfaction. If we are going to purchase goods and services in higher prices, yes, we know that our satisfaction can be reduced. So it also helps to create the negative relationship between price and quantity. So that is very important, right? ওই ටික චුට්ටක් ආපහු බලන්න. ඊළඟ දාසේ අපි calculation ටික කරමු මොනවටද? elasticity, market equilibrium, economics and purchaser and seller, ඒවා ටික කරමු. taxes, tax calculate එකයි subsidy calculate එකයි දෙක කරමු ඊළඟ දාසේ. හරි. වේගෙ වැඩි නම් කියන්න මේ අවුලක් නැහැනේ. ඊළඟ දවසේ ඒ calculation ටික අපි ඉවර කරගමු. මේක චුට්ටක් ආපහු බලන්න. එතකොට මේකට idea එකක් එයි. right. එහෙනම් thank you. right. good night. okay, good night.